When it was so crazy, yo, about losing your lighter.
What's up?
You gotta find anything in the fucking house to spark the blunt, yo. I'm out this bitch struggling with one of them long ass torches.
Oh my god, the worst.
Yeah,
Started doing dumb shit like if I stick this piece of paper in the toaster, to burn your
yeah.
fucking house down.
Remember, I used to do that shit with the space heater back in the day. If I had no fucking lighter and shit,
Crafty.
I just tack that bitch right with my fucking blunt for real.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Space heat almost took me out. I never forget it.
Oh, nigga, same here. I think everybody almost died by a space heater.
Nigga, I was playing. Who was I playing? Battlefield 4.
Oh
Intense ass
shit.
game. We about to win. I'm just smelling all types of weird shit. What the fuck? I turn around, my whole side wall on fire. The heater just sitting there. I'm like,
Oh,
oh shit.
oh shit.
I get up, start fucking the whole socket on fire, nigga. I'm like, never again. Fuck these motherfuckers. That shit almost took me out for the. But it'd be a whole chain of events after that win.
Shit, I'm glad you're a nigga that has a sense of smell because
Hell yeah.
a non-smelling motherfucker would have been toasted.
Absolutely. And I'm toasted. Speaking of toasted, what you smoking, bro?
Right now, I'm smoking on what's this? Blue cookies.
Sounds lovely.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got a nice little filter. I'm
Ah,
tasting all the
niggas
flavors
is
and
twins,
aromas.
yo. I
You
got the
feel me?
filter too. Smoking this
Oh
gelato
shit!
fucking mints. This shit is decent.
All right, bet. Look at niggas, yo.
Hell
Stepping
yeah.
out smoke game, but you feel me? You gotta smoke with etiquette. You feel me? Yo?
Try to tell these niggas, man. Like, it's not like when you roll the perfect one, like, and that shit pulling perfectly everything.
And that's how this bitch is moving too. Like it
That's
felt
all
like
that right now.
it's backwood felt like a fucking cone, my nigga. You feel me?
Where's my man that's listening? So if you are listening to this is the hip hop edition. And you guys kind of just walked into or bumped into or clicked into pretty much a smoking conversation, a blunt convo that is something niggas be having on this shit. Where it's just me and my nigga, we sitting back, smoking, joking, and talking about different shit. And on this episode, we pretty much gonna be covering just kind of like a hip hop, state of hip hop, whatever conversation. So if you are here for that, stay tuned and keep listening.
So in other words, listeners, if you're ready for two young insights of the state of the culture of hip hop, please tune in to the Two Ninja Kickback. That was my little Joe Button spiel. You feel
Happening
me?
right now. But nah, I think
Uh,
one of the things I wanted to cover basically was like something that we kind of got away from, and what we were talking about pretty much off mic is just how introspective rap kind of just went out the door, and how much of its importance it had in the community, because it was like it wasn't all just party up bangers and shit like that. A nigga might on his album, you feel me? That was his way of reaching out, and I think that was the beginning phase of artists. They would use their music to reach out or just, speak what they was going through. And so on a nigga album, it had 3 bangers and then an introspective joint, another 3 bangers and another introspective joint. So you trapping niggas inside that bubble. Well, you kind of gotta hear them or some shit like that. And it was like, not everybody gonna listen to it, of course, but a nigga listen to it and grow from the song. And then it fuck around be one of the nigga favorite songs on the joint.
oh yeah, that was like that's like a good easy callback to like I guess like what niggas would consider the golden era of hip hop. You feel me? Like every '90s project. You feel me? Like
Yep.
it would have at least 4 or 5 club bangers, but the rest of the songs is just it's just B sides, and the B sides is just the shit that just
Fire.
fucking solidify the shit. You feel me? Like, and just that's just the touch on like when it comes to battles nowadays. You feel me? Like we seeing just how a lot of B sides and just how that shit can just overplay radio selectives. You feel me? And just club bangers. You feel me? Look at Jada Kiss versus Fabulous. You feel me?
And that's why I love talking to you, because in my head I didn't even think about that concept where it's like niggas didn't want to make radio hits. Niggas wanted to make the shit. It's like, but you gave niggas that because you knew what you needed to stay around. Now all niggas want to do is make the turn up shit. Niggas don't want to
Yeah.
express their talent and put something out that everybody. Well, I can't say that, but it feels like that. Or maybe what's getting pushed ain't really that, but you should still have that there.
Well, in a sense, oh yeah, I feel what you're saying, but in a sense, it just comes to questioning the social music that we're getting it from nowadays. Like now, like back then, it was for the mean of either serving this shit on the album, real niggas gonna listen to this shit and real niggas gonna appreciate this shit. Or this is gonna be a radio song, which means this shit is gonna be in the club soon. This shit is gonna be the commercial hit, you feel me? But nowadays with streaming and shit, you feel me, it's coming to a play where streaming has took over radio itself. You feel me? So now
See, I love to
it's
see
kind
those
of
numbers
weird.
because it's like,
Yeah, I love to see those numbers too. Like really
like who
actually look
listens to
at those
radio still? I
numbers.
mean, yeah, radio be on in the car sometimes, but like a lot of now times, everybody's phone just automatically sync up to it. So it's like you can't chase radio anymore, but you need to still chase streaming, which I gotta say might be a harder battle. Because back in the day, you could just get the radio or your major to just juice the project for you. Now it's like, I mean, you still can probably do that, but in a sense of like just getting a song popping streaming wise, you got to do so much extra shit for it.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot of side antics. You gotta have social media back in the game. You gotta have all this other shit just to bring traction and tension to
Might
it.
have to have a dance with it.
Yeah, see, but that all goes into like the disappearance of certain elements when it comes to the culture. You feel me? Where you have like the introspective rappers, the backpack rappers, and all this other shit. If you're not doing no fuck shit antics, or if you're not doing any of this other shit that appeals to, I guess, what the masses deem as what's the word I'm looking for? Trendy, I guess.
And now it's like niggas is getting popping off of TikTok.
Ah, I'm scared of that era. I feel as though the TikTok
Yeah, me
rappers
too.
might be like the meme rappers. You feel me? It's
But
just
you
gonna
knew it
be
was coming.
here, grab attention, and just go.
But you knew it was coming.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cause I mean, with every little sub shit when it comes to technology nowadays, is just
Creates
bringing
an
you.
avenue. Yep.
Yeah, it creates an avenue for just different motherfuckers. You feel me? So like. In a way, I'm here for it, but at the same time, I'm scared just because I seen the Vine rappers, I seen the Snapchat rappers. You feel me? I seen all these niggas, even down like up until like the few successes of the SoundCloud rappers. You feel me?
We got a lot of successes out of it. A lot of successes
Yeah,
out of
we
that
got
era
a
though.
lot of successes out of the SoundCloud rapper era, but like just coming out to social media itself
It
is
ain't
just
straight cut.
it's
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah,
yeah, it
it's
ain't
stepped on
straight
a little
cut.
more, and it keeps getting stepped on as you keep going down the
Yeah.
ladder. I know what you mean.
Because you got instances of certain artists. I just saw an article because the nigga's not well known, but he's known on social media just for beefing with other artists. You feel me? What's the nigga name? Like it's Jay Cricks or some shit like that. But the nigga he was in Jersey and got into a beef with some niggas and ended up getting jumped and shit. But the
That's a
only
bad.
reason why I know
That's a bad situation. Like I would never want to come into a situation with malice and ill intent and shit like that. Not saying that's what that brother coming into, but like when you like in the game, when you get into the game, you known for what you come in for, and it stays that way. Unfortunately, like whatever you come in on, that's what they know you for, and that's how they try to keep you there. You look at somebody like John Cabana, aka Boom Gang, who came in for all the bullshit. And this man trying to turn his life around now. He's doing a good job of that. He's trying to be positive and shit. But I'm sure he constantly gets reminded of all this other shit. And he's trying to just separate that and put out different music now. But it's like you known for this, and people try to keep you to doing that.
yeah. I mean, what was that one nigga? The one dude from Florida, what was his name? Stitches came in off of Instagram talking all this shit. You feel me? Fuck the game. Fuck all these niggas. You feel me? I'm a real ass nigga and all this
And
shit.
that never works
All
for anybody, yo.
actuality, yeah, all actuality, nigga pussy. I remember a video, nigga sat his ass down with a mean ass right hook. You feel me? Nigga came out, started apologizing 2 weeks, start talking about that's not him and all this other crazy shit. But he's still back on the social media antics. And it damages your whole career in the long run. You feel me? You better off just
You become a
being a fan or
liability.
just being quiet. Yeah,
Become a
just
damn
being a fan or
liability.
just being quiet, my nigga.
It's like, and
Like
the attention
all
always
those antics
fades.
don't really mean shit.
Yeah, they don't. Can you rap, nigga? Like that's what it got to
See, and
boil
that's the
down
thing.
to.
Yeah, even when it comes down to this, when it comes down to the subgenre of the new drill that's in New York, you feel me? Even though it's real life gang beef behind that shit, the thing of it is the superstars that's on each camp, can these niggas rap? You feel me? Pop Smoke can rap. You feel me? When you look at niggas like
5v4.
5v4, can this
5v0.
nigga
Hell
rap?
yeah.
5v0, can TJ rap? You feel me? We look at niggas like that for real. Like Bobby,
22
Rowdy, all these
G's.
niggas, 22 G's, all these niggas can rap. Not everybody can fucking rap.
Chef G. Hell yeah. It's a
But
lot of niggas, yo. But like,
yeah, but
yeah,
you'll
but
get niggas that actually get clout just
it's
off
an
of the internet for being around these niggas and starting shit. You feel me?
oh yeah, that too. But like even it's a whole thing with that shit because like if you look at the drill scene when that shit first came out, it was real beef when that shit came in.
Yeah, but you seen who could really rap at that time though.
Yeah.
You feel me? Not every
But with a
and
different sound, you
everybody in the
can't
drill scene was trying to come out and do some shit, but the niggas that stuck out was the niggas that stuck out.
I think when it's a new sound and a new like shift and like that shit, the lyrics never matter because it's like
It's that vibe and that energy. What the fuck are you
it's
feeding
that
me?
new spell that you go like that new
What's the
lore.
substance behind it? You feel me? It's scary to be a snake without substance. You feel me? Because in a sense, you don't have no venom. You don't have your natural defenses to actually, you feel me, protect you against the wild. You don't have your natural, like,
Yeah,
just
because
ability to attack
when you
and do
beefing
anything.
like outside of that, like if it's a rap beef, it's coming down to who can put out the better projects, who can rap the best, who can do that. Well, that's what at least what we wanted to turn out to. Like we don't never want to see nobody get hurt behind no rap beef or nothing like that.
For sure, for sure.
But you know, i.e., a lot of the other shit was like street beef and shit like that. So they had to do what they had to do outside of the rap situation. But if you is in rap beef and stuff like that, and you can't rap, it puts you at a disadvantage.
It's
Or if
kind of
you
like how
can't
40
rap as
Block
good as the
was
other
with the
person,
game.
yeah. Or you take like not saying Meek's a bad rapper, but you take somebody like him going up against Drake, you going against Drake who can actually rap, and he got a fan base, and it's
And
like
then
it's
he
so
got
many other
niggas
categories
that's
is getting
feeding
checked.
him other
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, and so it's like you dealing with a monster in a machine at
And
that
Meek
point.
can rap, but Meek wasn't the Meek he is now. Like Meek was at that time, he was going through a lot of shit. But it's a rap beef now, so it's like now you got to come to the table and rap. And when you in a bad situation for a rap, well, you got to sit down and really get at a nigga. Like you know what I mean? That
Shit
everything
get
plays a
critical.
factor.
Shit get critical, bro.
How well do you put words together? And I think that's what was built on. Like when nigga was rocking the party back in the day. And I'm like to say hello.
Oh yeah, shit. Back in the day, like
All of
I
that.
remember actually back in like my early memories of actually falling in love with hip hop was just actually just block parties. You feel me?
That party
And
rock
just
shit.
yeah, and just the one nigga that actually had that sound system in the mic and just hearing motherfuckers from the block, motherfuckers coming from different neighborhoods, just spitting and shit. You feel me? Like just
Yeah.
hearing that whole vibe in itself. You feel me?
And
That's what.
the sickest shit about it, not to cut you off, we
Go ahead,
got
go ahead.
we came up in the nastiest era for that shit,
Era.
yo boy.
Yeah.
Coming off of that '80s, that late, oh my god, all of that DJ
The,
shit.
the sick ass samples and flips these niggas was playing just on that shit alone. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
if niggas thinking shit is crazy now, like oh my god, yo, the sounds back then was just fucking amazing. Like when you first heard "All I Need" by Mary J and fucking Method Man, yo,
Yeah,
on a sound system just outside,
at the cookout,
yeah, yo, like
right
it
when
was,
that
it was
bitch
just a
really
different
getting
vibe.
warmed up, yo. You out in the street playing with your cousins and shit. And that shit just rock. I mean, the whole everybody at the cookout or whatever the function is. That shit literally rung out on the whole block.
Block.
Like,
But that's
different.
what but
Music
that's
was
what
at its
but that's
peak.
what actually defined the artist, and I think that's something to say back then too, and what it is today. Nowadays, rappers are not artists; they're just rappers. You
I
feel
don't,
me?
I don't think niggas like to get put in that box. Like niggas get real offended now. Like, and that's shout out to the new
See,
creatives.
but
They get real
but that's
offended when you try to put
also
them in that box. It was a
yeah, but
defense
that's
mechanism.
also niggas being sensitive of not actually being sensitive, but niggas actually not doing no self-reflection, actually understanding what the fuck they are. You feel me?
Right.
It's some rappers that do other shit out there. You feel me? You got motherfuckers that's down with activists. And you feel me, doing other shit, but at the end of the day, niggas know they rappers. But you have rappers that indulge in other shit. You feel me, such as other types of arts, whether it's painting, dancing, other forms of music, you feel me, then that would be considered an artist. I can't consider a nigga like Blueface a full on artist if all I ever hear this nigga do is just rap.
You gotta flip
You
that.
feel me?
He don't just rap though. Like I feel like I rarely see Blueface rap. I just see him doing a whole bunch of other shit.
Well, he's a social media personality too. You feel me? But that's all I actually know the nigga for is just social media and just somewhat rapping.
I get what you're saying.
But like,
I think at the end I
if
kind of got a
if a
little.
nigga, yeah, yeah, but if a nigga like him actually gets upset if I just say, well, my nigga, you just a rapper. You're not an artist or anything. You feel me? You can't give me no introspective shit. Then it's gonna get to a point where it's like, all right, the nigga has to prove himself. What can he actually prove himself to show me that he's an artist? That actually brings him out that box. I can look at Kendrick and say he's an artist. I can look at Drake and J. Cole say they artists.
And
Wale, Big Sean, you feel me?
Yeah.
I can look at a nigga. I can look at Trippie Redd and say this nigga's an artist. Just out of his pockets and deliveries, just how far he's willing to experiment on shit. I can look at a nigga like Uzi and say he's an artist. You feel me?
Yeah, and I think sometimes niggas get like they got the sliders turned up too much in one category. Like if you trying to just be popping or some shit like that, so you know you got your little fan base and you know they gonna support. It's like you just getting it rocking and trying to grow your following and your presence and your influence, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you gotta look in the mirror and understand that that's what you there for. So if a nigga say something like, "Hey, yeah, you can't, you're not known for really rapping like that," how can a nigga get offended? Like, but
You feel me?
unfortunately, you know, as a person who push it out, you get offended no matter what when niggas do that shit.
I mean, shit. Like, look at Joe Budden's stance nowadays. You feel me? Like, niggas not really checking for Joe for rap nowadays. Niggas is checking for Joe for basically his personality on media. You feel me? Whether it's the podcast, the state of the culture,
Pull
and
up.
his antics, or yeah, just anything in general. You feel me?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. And like, but I think what it is like, you know, rap is such a, you know, it's like a sports almost. Like you want to be the best, or you want to be considered somewhat of the best, or like yeah, like I like niggas that start beating their chest over their Instagram numbers. Like yo, you don't got more followers than me. It's like not who sold more records, not who got this, not who, but who's following more and stuff like that. Like that's a stat too.
Yeah, and that's scary though. That's scary
In the realm of hip
because
hop, like deep hip hop, yeah, that is scary.
yeah, because in a sense, your followers. What does your followers translate to actual sales and
What are they
merch being
following?
actually sold and purchased? And you feel me?
And that's just a call back to the early shit we was talking about, where it's like, you know what I mean? Once a nigga get you, like you following me because I want you to, but while you here, check this out. Listen to this. How can you grow from this while you here? Like nigga said, a nigga will put a project out. You coming in for the bangers, and then you listening to this shit. The you know what I mean? Track 4, track 6. You start listening to them, and you like, damn, this nigga's talking on this shit, man. I done felt like that before. Shit.
Yeah,
There's niggas out there going through the same. God damn, how this nigga get through? Look at this nigga now. Look where he at. He came from that. That shit mean more to niggas, and that's how you keep
yeah.
niggas. But
But that's niggas that's willing to build a journey with niggas. You feel me? That's like relating to niggas that actually was able to captivate niggas like Wiz with Taylor Gang, for instance. You feel me? Wiz actually made niggas felt like we was a part of that journey. You feel me?
right,
Shit, the same thing with Griselda. You feel me? Because even to this day, I buy merch just from my favorite like fucking artists and groups. You feel me?
right.
I have Griselda merch. I still have Taylor Gang merch. I haven't worn that shit in a minute, but I still have it. You feel me?
And Wiz really don't get enough credit for like
Credit.
rapping. Like the nigga
Oh
can
yeah,
rap. Like that's what
Wiz is
niggas fail to
fucking
realize.
sick.
He can rap.
Wiz is sick as shit. Like niggas get like this shit confused with the whole "see you again" shit and like 4 other little
The
commercial songs
success.
and shit.
Niggas get
But
confused by
yo,
the
like,
success. Like which
yeah,
is ironic, but like, if you
it's a
go back and look
reason
at some
why
of that
he's at where
early
he's
shit or
at,
listen
though.
to that early shit, yeah, it's absolutely a reason where he's at for a reason. Yeah.
I remember, yo, my first favorite fucking song of him by this nigga was "Say Yeah."
But
You feel me?
not only
And not
that,
knowing who the fuck this nigga was.
he one of them niggas that can rap switch flows, get in and out of the flow, understand what the song needs to be and how he needs to flow on the song and different shit.
Mm-hmm.
He knows if he needs to bring his flavor to the project or if he needs to adapt to a nigga's flow.
Incorporate.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so his
Mm-hmm.
music his like that shit is important. Like, but niggas don't realize
Niggas
that.
don't understand that shit.
Yeah, like that's how you get the longevity. That's how you get to that the be heard and have a presence for a long time. The turn
It's a
up shit is
reason why
turned
we
up for
still
right
listening.
now.
Yeah. It's a reason. Drake father said it best, yo. All the real music is here to stay. All that bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow. You feel me? His father
Close my
said
eyes,
that
just
shit the
sound just like this
best.
nigga, Mr. Graham. That nigga Drake gotta get that nigga on some more every time this nigga dad on the project is one of my favorite joints,
I ain't
yo.
gonna
He end
lie,
up
yo.
smoking that shit, yo.
I need Drake's father and Nas's father on a project.
Just talking
Old
some shit.
Ludara and yeah, yo, old Ludara just doing his shit on the jazz. You feel me? Just doing his shit on the jazz tip and just Drake father narrating the shit, yo. I need
Yeah.
both of them niggas to just have an
He
album
definitely
together.
gotta get more in that bag, Drake's dad. That narration shit, like he got that.
Mm-hmm. Just
But
have two old players, yo.
but you look at niggas who still around like Snoop and stuff like that. Niggas know Snoop lyrically was nice as
It
shit.
was lyrically
You
gifted.
know what
You
I
feel
mean?
me?
Like your lyricism and your rapping ability is what you got to lean back on. And now
See,
that ain't really the
I think,
wave. Yes, yeah,
but I
yeah.
think that also has something to do with your camp too, though. Because when you look at it, I like how you said that too when it came to Snoop. When you look at Snoop's camp, look at who Snoop had in his camp. This nigga had Corrupt. Ain't nobody else in the West Coast fucking with Corrupt but Snoop. Maybe
I was about
MC8
to say,
if you
this is
catch
some
him on a
niggas
good
over
day.
west that's
Maybe
definitely
DJ Quick.
nice.
Yeah, it's a couple niggas, but niggas who damn sure say, yo, I ain't fucking with this nigga, cuz. You feel me? Niggas who say that shit flat the fuck out, yo. Like, all right, yo. Even young niggas won't even fuck with Corrupt sometimes.
Yeah, he kind of carved his face on that mountain. Like he
You
definitely
feel
one of them niggas. Like
me?
this shit etched. Like,
It's like a nigga going up against motherfucking Sugar Free.
but that
Yo, I love Sugar Free and just how unorthodox Sugar Free is. You feel me on the West Coast tip? It's just unbelievable. You feel me?
it's two edges to that sword though. Let me ask you this, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at the fucking exact parallel and I can see it. All right, so if you're looking at this, like it's more positivity and you got the vibes flowing now. It's more hippie, trippy, all that good shit. In that
Mm-hmm.
other era when niggas was clawing and fighting to be that best, that grimy Black Hoodie Tim's era, it was a lot of like, you know what I mean, aggression associated with that era to want to be the
Mm-hmm.
best. And it reflected in the music. Like you could be chilling and a certain project could come on from that time and you be ready to go choke a nigga. Like, this nigga owe me $5.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on, yo. Like, this is
Yeah.
block right here. Let me see if he out
Like
here.
if you buck with a Negro hood spiritual, yo. You
But
feel me?
like, is it better that way that now niggas can make a lane off of just, you know, being musically gifted too? Because don't get it wrong, like it takes a lot to be able to create a song now. Like niggas melody game is out the chart. And the way niggas can flow and out of beats and all that other shit, that's a talent too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you know what I mean? That's what a lot of niggas rely on heavily right now is how these
It's just
melodies
melody and
flowing.
hook and just hook base.
But that's what the people want.
That's what the people want, but that's not what the people. But that's not what the culture needs. You feel me? At some
Well,
point,
please, yeah, absolutely.
and like at some point, you have to just look at what the culture actually needs and put the needs over the want. You feel me? When we actually feed motherfuckers, it's not even fully from this culture in itself, and we're just feeding motherfuckers. The niggas just in the suburbs looking on the outside in and shit. You feel me? It comes to a point where we actually lose ourselves.
And you
You feel
see
me?
other entities being reflected inside of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like it goes all the way back even before rap. You feel me? We look at jazz, we look at blues, we look at rock and roll. You feel me? As soon as we just, it's just something about just allowing other entities to just judge and just control the shit and to just flip the whole script upon us. You feel me? It was just, it's something else that's just deeper than that. You feel me? It's not, it's it's to the point if we can actually we're actually to the point where we can actually justify the wants from the needs. You feel me? But it's all in the artist itself to actually make the book I'm not the artist. It's actually to the what's the word? The fans. My bad, yo. I'm drawing a blank off this fucking grass and shit. Looking for this later. But yeah, it's just up to the fans, yo. Like, how much are we really willing to tolerate? You feel me? Niggas not accepting like Chet Hanks as a motherfucking rapper, but niggas accepting Lil Poopity Scoop or some shit. You feel me? It be some crazy shit. So I don't know.
No, absolutely. A little poopity scoop. But it's the authenticity that comes with it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you can smell authenticity, and like if niggas ain't being genuine, then it's not gonna get picked up no matter what. But I think
Hey, really?
yeah, because it to a certain degree, you know what I mean?
Because when
Like,
6ix9ine first
and
came
that's
out, a lot of niggas was
I
like,
knew
yo,
that's
who's this
I
trippy
knew
ass
that
Puerto
shit was,
Rican nigga with all these bloods?
I knew that's where it was about to go. But look how that rat. Look that. How long was it? Okay? Was 6ix9ine really that hot? And did he really get on top of the world? Like, was he really that hot? Like, his reign didn't last long before that shit got sniffed out. Like, right?
True.
Like, it didn't last that long. It doesn't take niggas that long. But
I
it's
don't know. Like, if you ask certain niggas, if you ask me, I would look at a nigga like Troy Ave. I don't like the nigga music per se. He's a okay
I think
individual,
Troy Ave make decent music. I ain't gonna do that. I've
but
definitely bumped a few Troy Ave projects.
his music's not for me. I just
I ain't
say
mad
that
at that.
for yeah.
I ain't listened to nigga recently, but I say back in the day I definitely bumped a couple of Troy Ave's. He got a voice and a nice cadence. Like that you can't take that from
Eh,
that nigga.
Yeah, I give him that. Like he definitely remind me of a young Mace and a young Shine. I would say. You feel me? I
And he be
definitely put him in
rapping.
that
And he be
category.
rapping.
But I don't know. Like when it comes to certain actions, though, yo,
I
it's
say he be
just
rapping,
I
I ain't
look
get
at it.
nothing.
I
Nah,
mean,
go ahead.
you be
Go.
rapping, but when it comes to certain cases, for I just look at niggas like, all right, well, that's not gangster. You portray gangster. You feel me? Regardless of how RP and God bless the dead banger and everything, but how everything panned out with him and Tech Stone and shit. You feel me? Is it really gangster to just sit up there and just tell on niggas? You feel me? Even though how you claim and justify it, if I'm telling on the ops, I'm not really snitching. And a lot of niggas in street cases, that's considered snitching. You feel me? I'm not a street nigga, so I don't know the code. I'm just going off of what I read on the rule books. You feel me?
I see, and that's where again, I'm not a street nigga. We just two niggas
So
touching on some shit.
authenticity, yeah. So when it looks at authenticity, what can you really pick? Why
But
can these niggas really pick and choose what's
but
authentic and what's not?
I
And
have
when the
heard
fall
that
is
though.
over,
Have heard that like as long as you're not snitching on nobody from your hood and all that other shit, you snitching to take out the enemy. I've heard niggas say this. So I don't know, but I say this though, like I don't know what the situation is with Troy Ave. I never like really looked into that situation and know what's going on, but it doesn't seem like anybody fucks with Troy Ave like that. So like I don't I don't see like he didn't get to the summit, niggas. He like you know what I mean. He's not at the precipice or anything like that. Like his career is gonna be where it's at, and it's probably gonna be there, and that's it.
true. But the same thing that applies with the Y&B crew. The not what is it? The Almighty J. These niggas betrayed. It's just certain.
They
It's just
betrayed him.
certain. Not betrayed. It's just certain ways niggas portray
Oh,
themselves. You
portray.
feel me?
Okay.
And it gives ammunition for just young niggas to just try
But
motherfuckers. You
then
feel me?
YB Almighty J, that's not the nigga with Neymar and them.
The
That's what
man them.
that's what you talking
And,
about.
yeah.
But
The
they
nigga
kind
got
of
but 50 to New York.
oh yeah. But they what was they
You
on
feel
that
me?
shit? I don't listen to them niggas. Was they on that type of shit?
See, the thing is, Corday, I just know he's not. You feel me? And I heard recently he separated himself from that shit.
Yeah,
But
he got
the
away from
thing
all of
is,
that.
looking at that past history, and I fuck with the Y&B crew. You feel me? I fuck
Yeah,
with these little
I thought
niggas.
they was on like some game man kicking and chill. They was on that gun rally shoot 'em up shit.
See, I don't know, but I just know just going off of niggas recent and just all like just basically all the shit that adds up to these niggas just getting fucked up and just running into shit. You feel me? It
But you
just
know
looks
that's
like niggas just feeding the damn beast, and it's just like at a point, it's like yo.
But sometimes you can get caught lacking. Like you could just be out
Yeah, you
flossing in
get
the
caught
wrong
lagging
spot. Like you know what I mean?
for
I don't
sure.
know what
For
happened with
sure.
the J
I ain't
kid.
saying like ain't nobody all like ain't fucking human or
Anybody
above
can
that
be
shit.
got, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? But I'm just
What
saying
I'm
when
asking you,
when
was
it
it
comes to
tied up on
time,
some
he
like
a
some
beast.
street shit that was happening with him? That's what I was asking.
See, I don't even know if the nigga from New York, but I just know the nigga was talking shit with New York niggas. You feel me?
He wasn't humbly
And when it
stepping.
comes to play, yeah. So when it comes to play, you gotta know what areas and streets you stepping in and all that shit. You feel
Unless
me?
you tied in with
So
something.
yeah. So unless you really about that fucking shit, niggas gonna test your authenticity. You feel me? If you talk about gunplay and you do all this shit, niggas is gonna test your authenticity at some point. You feel me? It just comes at a point. You attract the energy that you give out.
That's what I was saying about like that shit gets sniffed out pretty quick. Like
Yeah.
even with the Slim Jesus kid when he came out, and I
Look at
think,
Slim Jesus.
but you got
It's a bunch of white gangsters.
there's nothing wrong with Slim Jesus. Like I respect this nigga so much because when he came out, he was in an interview. He could have lied. He could have spun it. The nigga was asking straightforward questions. He didn't try to dodge it. Nothing. Nigga said, "Yo, is you
Yeah.
about that life?" He said, "Nah, I just like making
Hell
that type
no.
of music because that's the type of music I like to listen to." Don't get me wrong, I'll shoot you, but I'm not like on the block every day moving packs and all that other shit. That's what I like to make though. And so if you're a fan of his, you like, all right, well, cool. I can separate him from that and his music. I know it's just entertainment now. That's what a smart person can do. But he came out and said that, and then niggas still tested this nigga. Like he was on the road, niggas
Yeah.
still testing him. Like, and he already came out and said, "Nah, I ain't about none of that stuff. I just like making
Or
that
at
music."
some point, what also gotta realize is, yo, not everybody is gonna watch interviews. I actually had to sit down and actually think about that. Trying to explain certain shit to niggas about certain rappers when niggas was coming out saying Gucci was a clone and all that shit. And I was like, yo, how the fuck is Gucci a fucking clone? You can clearly look at this nigga and see this nigga is the same Gucci throughout all these conversations
Sick,
that he's
nigga.
having.
Sick.
You feel me?
Sick. Niggas would rather say you got cloned than to give you your just due. Like that's
Feel me?
not crazy.
It's
Like
stupid shit like
it's
that.
sick to think that nigga got cloned instead of bettering his life, yo.
Like it's still the same cadence of how the nigga talk. The nigga just not on syrup no more. The nigga not on perks no more. The nigga is just he's healthy. You feel me?
Right, he doing better,
Nigga got
getting
more
himself
water
together.
than codeine in his body right now. Let
Nigga
that
just hit
nigga
the
be fucking
jackpot in
great.
Vegas, yo. Halloween.
Oh shit! Congratulations, Guwap.
Happy QC. Rich niggas need more money. But
Fuck that shit. I need some money. Throw some money at me, rich niggas. Shit.
hell
Pause.
yeah, we looking for investors. When you say it that way. Nah, definitely.
Who I got
pause,
smacked for $1.50.
but nah, seriously though, I think a lot of that shit is lost on some of the young crowd now.
Yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
like just and to further get into the whole street side of it, I think hip hop, like to speak on the Troy Ave, the snitching and all that other shit, we so far removed from the original origins and street codes and all this other shit. But I believe some of the street code was that you was honoring and doing right by your neighborhood and all that shit too. You know what I mean? You seen somebody from the neighborhood, you helped them to their house with their groceries, whatever, and niggas would kind of turn the other eye to the bad shit that you was doing because it was like, we know they not bad guys. I know this nigga mother. I know he a good kid, but I know he also do that. And
But
it was
comes to
little
a point-
morals like that, and that kind of slowly deteriorated inside of it.
Yeah, because then the stretch will get further to the nigga breaking into somebody's house.
Yeah,
And then it'll go to the
Of
nigga
course.
actually killing somebody.
Of
and
course.
then it will just go to all this.
but
and
listen,
shit.
it
But-
always stepped out of order, but it was a respect thing. I think that niggas
But
had.
it comes into what we're actually influencing, I think. You feel me?
It's not influencing. It's already influenced, nigga. Look where we at. I'm talking about early on in this shit where it was like the morals and street codes kind of bled into hip hop. So when you
Oh, yeah,
came
yeah.
out,
Oh,
you had to
hip-hop.
have these street morals and codes into this shit.
Well, hip hop is a product of the streets.
Understand?
That's for
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
And like that's the whole basis of the shit. Like when it comes down to it, the streets is authentic. So when you
they
look at
never
the
wanted to
streets-
accept this shit. Don't forget that too. Like they would call this shit rap singing and all that other shit when it first came out. Niggas didn't like this shit. It was the nigga shit. So yeah, that shit bred from the streets. And I think some of those codes kind of was supposed to be embedded in the hip hop, and it kind of got washed and wiped away. So niggas don't give a fuck about that. It's all entertainment now.
See, but at the end of the day, it comes to a point when the gangsters actually becomes the entertainers, and then that's when the lines get blurred.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
Because then it'll be like niggas be self-snitching on music about missions that they actually did, and we seen how that shit actually turned out for a lot of niggas. You feel me?
And that's that era now where it's like pick so it didn't
Yeah.
happen. Like, you feel me? Like,
But yet niggas will snitch on themselves on social media in a heartbeat with this shit, and then
niggas
wonder
is
how the
recording
fuck they got
themselves
caught up.
spinning and all types of shit, yo.
So that's what I mean. Is like when it comes to the influence of what we actually influence itself, ourselves in the culture. You feel me? What we're actually influencing is actually detrimental and what's fucking us up.
But it's not. This is the deeper conversation. It's not really us that's influencing what's influenced on social media. What's perpetuated and pushed ain't up to us.
It is.
It is deeply,
For
but
for the people that started the culture, it really is. Cause can't no white boy actually sit down and tell me to shoot my brother. You feel me?
we can't go there because it's just it's a necessity
but-
thing. It's
but
I got a
it's a
certain amount of
necessity
shit
thing
and
for
customers
sure.
to supply. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where that come from.
Yeah, but for sure. But when it comes down to actual just street shit, drill shit, for instance, yo, these motherfucking white kids ain't telling niggas in Chicago to kill each other. I understand it's due to
I'm
beef
saying they
and petty
promoting it.
issues that underline over the years and shit and territory and shit like that. But at the end of the day,
All right, let me
these
ask
little
you
white
this.
kids don't know shit about what's smoking on a Tuka pack mean, my nigga.
Of course
RIP
not.
to the dead.
But
feel me?
these little kids, they got meme accounts that got over 10 million, 100 million, not 100 million, but over 1 million, 10 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, who we gonna perpetuate? Who we gonna push? We ain't never been to the hood. All we know is this. So he's the exact synonymous thing of what we identify the hood as. Let's promote. Let's push him. The nigga that's reading the book and telling these kids to do this and do that, niggas, they can't relate to that shit. They don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Because I look at a J. Cole and then I see that shit work. I look at a Lupe and I see that shit work. You feel me?
Of course, but I'm
I look
saying
at niggas.
in that SoundCloud era, nobody of hip hop was stamping these guys. But they made their laurels through social media and the internet, and that was derived and driven by those meme accounts, by those social media influencers and shit like that, that really wasn't from the culture. But they
yeah, for sure.
think that's what, I guess, a gangster is or some shit like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like this nigga Nip said, you feel me? A motherfucker from the suburbs of Mississippi or some shit could look at a blood, could look at a Crip for real, and tell this nigga everything about himself, from the set that he reps to the code and everything, even down to the block and shit, with a whole psychoanalysis of the nigga just because they studied these niggas. You feel me? So when you study a motherfucker for real, it becomes a whole different game in itself. And that's how we look at a lot of these young niggas coming up in the game nowadays. They studying these niggas. You feel me? You got little niggas like, for instance, who can I use for instance? You got a nigga like TK for real. Little niggas is really studying this nigga. This nigga did the race. There's two ways how this nigga TK blew up. Off of killing niggas like that and off of making a song. The smart niggas is going to think, how can I get that song and how can I do how this nigga did just based off this song? The dumb nigga is going to think, I need to do some type of shit like this nigga to get the attention
Make
for
a
this
video
music.
on the run.
You feel me? And we see that shit often when it comes to a lot of niggas. You feel me?
Right.
It's a lot of rappers, underground rappers, do stupid shit and end up getting caught up. Whether it's making a music video, all types of shit while these niggas is on the run, yo.
Yeah. And it's like, they go back to that shit pick so it didn't happen.
Yeah, but
Like-
it shows the authenticity of these niggas, but it looks at the detriment at the side. You feel me?
Right.
I like, for instance, it's a Canadian nigga I fucks with that's from Toronto, nigga named Young Lava. You feel me? Young Lava. This nigga's still on the run, far as I know. But this nigga will come out and drop a fucking video every 6 months or some shit, and it just brings this nigga closer to getting caught the fuck up. You feel me?
Yeah, but he gotta try to feed that beast.
Exactly. Now, who is he doing it for?
What's he on the run for?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Niggas be thinking Toronto's sweet.
It
yo.
is not. I don't know why people think that. It is not. It is not sweet. Like niggas be thinking these overseas places is sweet.
Oh,
it is
my
not.
God,
I
nigga,
don't know why
what?
niggas think that. It is not sweet in these other
Shouts
places.
out to the niggas in Toronto still living, yo. I don't know how y'all niggas can do it. This is coming from a Baltimore nigga. You feel me?
Yeah, like, if niggas make that mistake, it is not sweet everywhere. Like,
Yo, it's crazy, yo. It's crazy, especially with the immigrant beef. The immigrant gang beefs in Toronto is something
they don't
else
be
different.
knowing all types of shit that be going on and niggas don't be aware of. Hey, it happens
But
though. I remember there's been a couple niggas that done got caught up overseas and shit, thinking
oh
it's
yeah,
sweet. But
I
nah,
had a
yeah.
homie get fucked up by a bunch of niggas in Quebec. I'm talking about like niggas in Quebec.
You
Like
probably kick this nigga to death. Them niggas kick over there, yo. They be kicking niggas over there.
said one nigga fucking German suplexed his ass. Next thing you know, you just saw a fucking puma just fly
Yeah.
up to his face, and that was it. He ain't know what else happened after that.
Nigga keep his
He
hands
woke
in
up
his
in the damn
pockets and kick you to
hospital.
death, yo.
Nigga speaking French to him.
That's a tricky situation. You don't want to get hurt overseas. Yikes. Nigga you can't tell a nigga nothing. You don't speak nothing.
Yo, he was on his American tough boy shit, calling niggas pussy, all types of shit. Y'all niggas ain't about no shit. Nigga said, all right, German suplex the nigga. I don't know how he got behind him to do that, but he said he got German suplex, and I believe him.
Nigga ain't gonna lie about getting suplexed. Nigga probably thought he was levitating. Like, what the fuck? Hold on.
He said he just felt two hands just embrace his chest,
God?
and him just flipping over.
Nigga fucking sneak and start levitating. Oh, yeah, no, he got this one. Going
That
for
nigga
that
for a
ride.
yo.
Yup.
Respect where you going at, nigga.
Like, damn, yo.
About where you from, my nigga. It's where the fuck you at, yo. Respect where the fuck you at, yo.
Humbly step. We gonna get out of
Yes.
here on that bombshell. Go ahead and close this out, bro.
Closing statements. Shit. I want to wish Joe Button, you feel me, the God himself, in good health. This man has been diagnosed with COVID, so I just want to send my prayers out to the Joe Button podcast and Joe Button and him and his family as well. Also, I want to give my love and condolences to, let me get this, Freeway and his family, and Chad Ocho Cinco for their family for the loss of both their sons. You feel me? So some heavy shit for real. So I just want to give my love and shouts and condolences to them, just off the strength of just what these individuals actually did for us and the culture itself. You feel me? So we're actually behind you guys and y'all losses and everything like that. And yeah, man, prayers to you guys, man.
Absolutely. Definitely. Want to definitely shouts out and prayers to them. Make sure you try to keep your loved ones and everybody in your prayers, because, you know, this year not over. And, you know,
For sure, man.
just because it turned 12 on a day don't mean everything resets. It's not a video game.
Oh shit! And shouts out to Sean, motherfucking Connery too. Motherfucking not Batman. James Bond died too, man. The OG, Sir Sean motherfucking Connery. You feel me? So sometimes you gotta smack a bitch, yo. That was his famous quote. You feel me? So shouts out to the pimp, man. R.I.P.
Yeah. On that note, it's been another interesting episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it.